Hey everyone, my name is Shelly Anderson for those of you that don't know me, and today I'm going to be talking about lessons that I've learned when I was a child and what characteristics it gave me and how I was better able to face challenges and how it relates to culture. So it's only when you face a challenge if you have or have not learned a lesson. I first realized this a few years ago. Memories of my childhood started to flood my mind when I started to feel scared, hollow, shy, or inferior. These memories taught me strength, patience, respect, and worth. Ironically, all of these lessons were learned from the outdoors. I'm 5 years old and have an excited feeling. With my brother and sister, we go up to the road to Granddaddy's house. Once we meet him, he then takes all three of us to his special spot. He wants us to see something. It is there that I learned my first lesson. Once we get to the special spot, he tells us to look hard for a surprise. 5-year-old me is squinting my eyes and looking over every inch of gravel, and finally we find it. It's a killdeer's nest. These types of nests are birds that lay their eggs in areas of gravel because the pattern on the eggs blends in very well with the gravel. I'm shocked at how well the eggs blend in with the gravel. We were careful not to disturb the nest and simply admired what we had found. At this point, I'm 7 years old and I'm riding on the gator with my granddad. We are riding around the farm and stumble across an abandoned fawn. She has bright spots all over her and her gaze gently meets ours. She was laying by the edge of the woods and she was vulnerable. We took her to Granddaddy's house and fed her milk. She was so kind and loved to be scratched in the right places and chased around the yard. We were her family. Since she was one of us now, we named her Bambi. Over the summer, I would sit in the lawn chair and feed her milk, and we would chase each other around the yard. My dog Tinker Bell became quite fond of her, and they too would play in the yard as well. Bambi even participated in Thanksgiving and made it onto the family Christmas card. She was truly a part of the Anderson family. I'm 9 years old and in the workshop with Granddaddy. He is working on the dune buggy so we can ride it around the farm. I am his helper as I fetch tools, check the oil, and make sure the front wheel steering looks okay. This is just one example of the activities we did in the shop. We would work hard and I would leave covered in grease, but that was the point of it all. I'm 12 years old and I am staring at a snake in a snake box that my granddad built. The box has a glass window which makes it easy to see in. The water and a mouse are provided for the snake to eat. He takes the snake out, shows it to me, and talks about how he caught it. He then hands the snake over to me. At this point, I am familiar with snakes in this point in my life, so I take it and let the snake wrap itself around my arm. I always looked forward to when he would release a certain kind of snake back into the wild. In the snake box, he caught a black rubber racer. These snakes are somewhat on the smaller side and have a slick gray belly. However, they got their name for a reason. It's almost impossible to keep up with the speed of a black rubber racer because of how fast they can move. I still to this day do not know how my granddaddy caught so many. When he would release the black rubber racer from the box, he would always tell me that he would pay me $1 if I could catch it once it was released. I never got paid $1. There are many more stories I could tell, but unfortunately it would take too long. Searching for the killdeer's nest taught me determination. While everything looked like gravel, there was something different in the area that I needed to find. I was determined to find the nest. This same determination boils inside of me when I feel inferior. I am determined to give others knowledge that I am not inferior. Finding and caring for Bambi taught me respect and patience. Bambi was hesitant when I first presented the bottle of milk to her, but after persuasion, she greatly took it. I learned respect by letting her come and go as she wanted, and continuously petting her when she nudged her nose under my hand. She taught me to be inclusive with everyone and never show respect solely by another's status. After spending endless hours in the shop with Granddaddy, the same pattern always occurred. Work until you're uncomfortably dirty. This taught me the meaning of diligence. This taught me that diligence is the prerequisite to earn worth. Hard and persistent work will pave the rocky path. Lightly treading along the path will not create the smooth journey. Lastly, chasing a black rubber racer snake will give you strength. It will give you the strength to keep trying and keep moving forward. When all your strength is given, you can look behind your shoulder and know that you gave it your all. I was fortunate to learn these valuable lessons at a young age. It made challenges much more easier to face. Unfortunately, many children will not be able to learn these lessons as young as I did. I believe that technology is to blame, as it is confining children to the indoors. As these children grow older, they are vulnerable to the outside world as they have been confined and looking at it from a screen. They will be harsh on themselves when they failed at a task and want to quit. They will see another person with different beliefs of their own and show hatred towards that person. They will take the easy route but desire the job that requires the rocky road that has yet to be smoothed. You may wonder how I am predicting this, but unfortunately, I am not predicting it. It's happening now. If you continue to expose the younger generation, if you continue not to expose the younger generation to the outdoors and the world before us, they will not learn to grow thick skin. Because in life, what is needed to prosper is a shield to protect the obstacles being thrown your way. Do not complain, grit your teeth, roll up your sleeves, and earn the future that is waiting for you. That was my story. Thank you.